The first time I encountered Elgar's Violin Concerto was, as with so many pieces of music, in my parents' LP collection. The Elgar Concerto, which was in the classic Yehudi Menuhin recording with Elgar conducting, I hated it. I didn't hate it, I didn't get it. It was the one violin concerto when I was a kid, when I was a young teenager, I tried. It's okay. It's awfully British. I didn't understand it. I wasn't ready for it. Now, it's in my top 3 at all times. It's, I would happily play this. If I had to give up playing any other of the romantic concertos and only play the Elgar, that's kind of fine by me. As a concerto, it doesn't do what all the other romantic violin concertos do. It doesn't quite deliver the same thing, which is what I like about it. It's a bit quirky. It has its own agenda. At face value, it does all the same things. It's incredibly virtuosic. It's very demanding to play. It's got great tunes. It's got great, you can be the heroic soloist for sure. But I think that's why I didn't like it to begin with. I didn't get the message of it or the musical style, the content of it. It seemed to have this hidden thing going on, which I didn't get. It's simply one of the most beautiful melodies in any violin concerto. These melodies are everything you want from Elgar. They're poignant, reflective, very tender and beautiful, deeply passionate, just under the surface, and sometimes that erupts out, and the heart is very much on the sleeve, and then you get the classic British response to Heart on Sleeve, which is to sort of go, sorry, awfully sorry. Isn't it beautiful? And we hold it over here again, rather than it's that stiff upper lip thing, which happens throughout the piece for good reason. But I love that. I get it. Elgar as a composer, as a style, I find doesn't travel all that well. He does travel well in English-speaking countries, and I've always personally found the Sydney Symphony to be a fantastic Elgar orchestra, and I haven't had to change anything or have any influence on the way that Elgar is played by this orchestra, and I've always loved the understanding of the music straight away. I've been interested to hear from other interviews with other orchestral players around the world that when they get the opportunity to stand in front of their own orchestra and perform as a soloist, that they feel so supported, and it's such a humbling and warm experience. And of course, they don't want to let the side down, or there's pressure there. And I'm very glad for them. It's terrifying. It's absurd. I see these people every day, and the performance. By the time we get to the concerts, it's less terrifying. That's But the first rehearsal. If you travel somewhere and you have a bunch of strangers who, and you are the soloist with this in an orchestra that you don't know anybody, you can be whoever you want to be. It's fine. You can go in there with all the preparation of and emotional sort of emotional armor on, and you do your thing, and that's fine. But I will be seeing these people the week after as well as the week before, and so they know me inside out. So I find that first rehearsal. I've never done a concerto with Simone either, so that she'll be wondering how do I behave in that scenario, and how does this all work? And of course, I want to hear nice things out of her mouth. So, there's a lot of pressure, even though I've done it many times before, and I'm kind of used to it now. It's still the heart rate. You never get. It's never normal. Yeah. I hope the experience of listening to the Elgar Violin Concerto, and indeed the Vaughan Williams Symphony in the same concert, is one of a real genuine emotional experience. As in, it's not, Elgar and Vaughan Williams, neither is trying to say those epic and profound questions about life and death, and they question more domestic issues. I mean, really important domestic issues. And there is a genuine belief in the beauty and the simplicity often of the music, which I think some composers would feel a little bit like they have to make things obfuscate things a little bit, maybe make things a bit more sophisticated, or to present it to a sophisticated audience in a different manner. And I think the English psyche is often that's not necessary. That actually, if you're honest and sincere, then it speaks, profoundly. And there is a lot of bluster and heroics in the Elgar Violin Concerto, and he knows it, and they're there for a very specific purpose. But there are so many really simple, humbling, honest, raw, small moments that are so moving. And I hope that those are taken absolutely at face value, and that they touch people in the right way.